What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another gem. Today I got a polygel set for y'all, which I haven't done on my channel before, so let's get to it. So of course, first thing we're doing, this is a full set, so we going in pushing the cuticles back, and then I'll be using my mandrel with a medium sanding bit or sanding grit. And we are just removing the shine, all the oils from the nail beds. And then I'm going to go in with my cuticle bit and clean the cuticles up some. And then wipe all of the dust off. Use my regular tips. So the prepping process for a polygel is literally the same exact thing as acrylic. It is very similar. We're going to add the tips, size the tips, glue the tips on, cut the tips to the length and shape. Clean up and blend the tip into the nail, wipe all the dust off, and then we'll be ready for application. So I'll see y'all then. For those who don't know what polygel is basically a mix between like soft builder gel and acrylic. And it's more flexible than acrylic. Like acrylic is very hard. If you hit your hand, it's gonna crack in half. Polygel is a little bit more flexible. It can kind of bend with you a little bit, but it's not as harsh as acrylic, but it's still strong like acrylic. And it just depends on everybody's nail beds of what works best for them. But polygel seems to work better on some people. Like I have one client that her acrylic sets will only last her like 3 weeks, but polygel, she can go like 5 weeks. Like it really just depends on your type of nail beds and what works for you. And I think this is also a good option for those that want to start growing their natural nails out, but don't want something too harsh like acrylic or anything like that. And just want something lighter, someone that's kind of hard on their nails, and just different options that you can look at and learn as you learn each nail process with gel-X, structure mani, polygel, acrylic, and you just learn what is best for who. The polygel brand that I've been using is Goy, however you pronounce this. I cannot get it for the life of me. And I've been getting it off of Amazon. So it's in my Amazon storefront, link in the description below. And at first I started with this box, which was like $15. It should be in my list too. It comes with that brush. The little small tubes that you just seen comes with like 4 different colors of those. And then the big tubes are what I buy separately, also on Amazon. So check that out if you want to get started. At first I went in with the Press primer, and then I'm going in with the Young Nail primer because I'm using the base. This Press Builder Gel base is what I'm using. This base is usually what you use as the base for gel-X. Press is known for a gel-X brand. But you guys know how I always add my clear base with acrylic. So this is just protecting the natural nails, and clear is always stronger. So I'm going in with this clear base with the polygel, or at least this gel. And then we're going to cure that for 30-60 seconds, and then we'll get right into the polygel. So I have my little glass jar right there that I fill with alcohol. And I have my wooden stick. I don't like using a brush because it's gel. Like the gel is just going to get all in the brush and get stuck. So I do these 4 first, and then later on I cure these and then go in with the thumb, because you know when you tilt your hand with the thumb, because it's not, the other gel is not cured yet, it's gonna slide and it's not going to be where you set it. Like, it's gonna slide out of place. So, you know, just reusing what we got. Listen, took that piece off the tip and put it right back on the cuticle. So this is basically polygel that we're working with, and it's like a gooey consistency kind of, and I'm just tapping, constantly using. You don't want to use too much alcohol, only a little bit, because if you use too much, it's just going to disintegrate it. And you just want to, the application does not have to be perfect, because it's going to be rough, but it's very easy to file. It's not as hard as acrylic, so it's going to be very easy to file. Because we're going with a little bit of a longer length, I did, the pinky's always smaller, so I just did and I usually do the fingers like full 1 bead type of thing. But because we're going a little bit longer for these, I'm just going in and doing the bottom half, and then gonna cure it, and then come back and do the cuticle part of it. And that's just because I don't want to add 2 beads when the first one isn't cured yet, because it's just gonna move it around, like it's not staying in place yet. So doing this last one, literally just tapping it into place and then curing that, and we're gonna add the beads on to the cuticle. And I'm just, like I'm saying, you're gonna do the same structure as you would with acrylic, and tap it into the cuticle area to secure the cuticle. And it's not gonna be as smooth as acrylic. Like, it's gonna be a little rough. The application is gonna look a little rough, and that's okay, because we're gonna clean it right up. So yeah, just doing that, kind of swiping it, dragging it down, because the bottom is cured, so I'm not gonna mess it up, so I can be a little rough around that part. But other than that, then we'll cure these and do the thumb. I think I do the thumb as 1 bead, which y'all gonna see. You just gotta learn like how much product you need per one, because you want to be careful with you know, not wasting it. And I also got those toothpaste squeezer things. That's what you've seen on all of my bottles, because it is so hard to squeeze these out. When it starts to become empty, it's so much product in there, but when it's like closer to getting done, it's so hard to squeeze it. I was like, no, I need to do something. So those toothpaste pushers, squeezers, whatever you want to call them, are actually in my Amazon storefront as well, and you can check those out. So once all the application is finished and cured, we're going in with alcohol and just wiping it down, because it does end up being sticky. So I'm wiping all of that down, and then I'm just going in with my regular filing system that I use, my process, the same thing I do with acrylic, using my hand file the same way I do, and then using the cone carbide. I always get ceramic and carbide because they're both C's. I always get them mixed up. So carbide bit, and I'm gonna just secure the cuticles with that. The only thing about polygel is that it's sticky, so and it's gel, so it gets all caught up in the files, the drill bits that I use. So what I do, which I do anyways, I always like file one hand before I go on to the next. I file it completely and then do the other hand, because if the client's on their phone or something, I want to keep asking them to go back and forth. Like, it's a lot. I'm going to just finish this hand out and then give me your other one. So what I do, file this one hand with that carbide bit, and then soak it in your alcohol or acetone, whatever you got, while you're hand filing the other hand, and give it time for like the polygel to come out of the drill bit, because it really do get stuck, and then like you literally can't file no more because it's just polygel in the bit, like the bit not working. So yeah, I just do that. And then sometimes if it gets stuck like in the middle of doing one hand, I'll just, while my drill is running on, I'll just run it through the alcohol, put it in the little cup of the alcohol or acetone, and run it on the rag that I have here, the pink towel, and try to get as much out as I can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And then we just keep going, doing what we can with filing. And that's what it is. But it comes out fire, and at the end, look at this. You can't even tell if it's acrylic or polygel. It looks so good, so clean. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like at the tip of my bit, you can see all that pink in there. And that's all the polygel getting stuck in there. And you just put it through your acetone, try to get it out. That's all we can do. So there is a couple different types of polygel. The one type, see how I'm soaking it? The one type is this type, which is the blend, and this is soakable. So you could soak this off. Although at the end you might see it might look like it's a little bit glittery, but it's not. It's just the acrylic powder that is blended in with it. You can see the specks of the acrylic. The other type, which I don't know if there's like a different name for each one, but the other type, you don't have the specks, but it is not soakable. And I don't like that. I'm not about to drill your nail down all the way. I want to be able to soak it off safely and, you know, keep your nails healthy. So I'm going to stick with this. The glitter look it's only potent in like certain colors. Like this is more of a pinky base. The very nude tannish base, you could see it a lot more, but it doesn't bother me, and hopefully doesn't bother my clients too much. So how to wash your hands when we're done filing. Now we're going in with this pretty blue, and curing that, we are going to do 2 coats of this. And then you see I already did that ring finger all the way through because I just wanted to make sure our vision was going to come to life with the way that I wanted to do it. And we making it work because it's that airbrush look, but she wanted like the darker color on the outside. And what I learned with doing the airbrush the way that I do it, which is putting matte top coat, curing for 30 seconds if it's on top of gel, and then using acrylic powder to brush it on. I feel like it only works with brighter and darker colors. It doesn't really work with the lighter pastel-y type of colors. So I decided to do the lighter color, paint it all on the nail, and then once that cures, we'll add the matte top coat, and then we're going to use the darker blue, and we're going to brush it on the outside, because you know how we usually brush it on the inside to create the aura, but we want the lighter blue to be on the inside. So same process, just gonna brush the darker blue on the outside. Y'all gonna see it. Here we are using the darker blue. It's not that much of a difference, a contrast, but you can still tell. Like, it's super pretty blues. So just going in with that, doing that all over, and then brushing the excess dust off. And I'm going to add a base coat on top of this because we want to secure this in. Like, if we do any type of design on top of this and then we try to wipe it with acetone to clean it, it's going to go right away. So got to secure it. Gonna do that with a base coat, cure that for 30 seconds. My base coat is very sticky, so we're gonna wipe that down with acetone after. And then, but if you're doing it like this, you have to make sure that you're sealing in those cuticles with the base coat, because if you go to wipe and then you didn't get the full nail with the base coat, it's gonna wipe away the aura too. So you have to be careful with that. And then we're gonna get more into the design. Now let's get into the 3D. So I'm using this 3D gel, which is also, I believe it's McCart brand. I'm not 100%, but I want to say yes, it is. So that is also on my Amazon link, my Amazon storefront. And I'm just curing one at a time because I don't want them to go sliding all over the place and messing up. So we just doing it one at a time. Cure that. Gonna cure this. Do the other hand. Cure that. And then come back to this hand. Add in a little more extra dots. And it's really all it is to it. Just 3D. You know, 3D has become so much more popular. Y'all, unpopular opinion, but the designs nowadays that our clients be wanting is crazy. Like, this is not no 20-30 minute design anymore. Like, this is at least 40 minutes. It's so many different aspects to it now, so many different layers. Like, it's starting to get crazy. But now just doing these raindrop type of things, which I do the little ball and then I kind of just drag it upwards a little bit to have like a point to it and make it look like it's drooping downwards, just how you see I'm doing here. And then obviously we'll do the other fingers and go in with top coat, which lately I've been starting to do. If it's a design like this, I'll do the top coat first and then do these 3D on top, just to make it an easier process, because I feel like when you do the top coat after, it doesn't, obviously the 3D is not going to be as 3D because it's a layer coming over top of it. So keep that in mind if you're interested in that, because I definitely do see a difference. And then, yeah, we're going to clean up the shape afterwards, add some cuticle oil. And see how I have to just be very careful when going around everything. So yeah, it's just probably easier to just do top coat first and then the 3D on top, because the 3D is not sticky or nothing. So once all that is cured, going in, cleaning this shape up. Be careful with this too, because you don't want to lift any gel polish that you used. But I just feel like gel polish just ruins the shape so bad. So cleaning that up. And this is the finished product. They came out super fire, so pretty, so bomb, especially for the springtime. This is such a vibe. I'm so happy with how they came out. And let me know what y'all think. Thank you for watching. Let me know what y'all want to see. And I will see y'all in the next video.